Thank you, Riaz. Rolf and I are so honored for this opportunity to share our story and the impact Canuck Place has on our family. We're here tonight to talk about our family, and in particular, our 4-year-old son, Nicolas. Nicolas is bright, outgoing, and wise beyond his years. But his life is complicated, and he faces challenges each day that most children can't even imagine. Nicolas was diagnosed with spinal muscular atrophy type 1 in June 2013. He was only 8 months old. SMA is a neuromuscular disease that affects his ability to walk, crawl, eat, speak, and breathe. He is 100% dependent on us for his daily needs. Type 1 SMA, which Nicolas has, is the #1 genetic killer of children under 2. Our day-to-day life is spent very close to home. Nicolas needs to stay as healthy as possible. The common cold can quickly escalate with this disease, so we practice lots of hand washing and home sanitizing, particularly during cold and flu season. His older sister, Isabel, is currently in grade 1, and upon coming home, washes her hands and changes her clothes prior to playing with Nicolas. We sometimes have to pass on activities for fear that Nicolas will get sick. Life in winter can be very lonely. I guess you could say we don't get out much. Thinking back to the day we received the diagnosis at the hospital, it feels like so long ago, and yet I will never forget that day. It felt like our worst nightmare had come true. We were devastated. We felt like we had fallen off a cliff. We felt alone, helpless, and hopeless. We were angry. It just wasn't fair. Our neurologist didn't take away our hope, but we knew the statistics for survival were not in Nicolas's favor. We were left wondering how short his life would be. What did the road ahead hold for Nicolas and our family? If only we knew then what we know now. There was no way to predict that this dark time in our life would lead us on a journey filled with challenges, but most importantly, so many incredible moments with our beautiful boy, Nicolas.
I'd like to cut in and share with you a little bit about Nicolas's huge personality and what we love so much about him. Let me start with a phrase he recently created and says quite often. It goes like this: "Today is the best day ever." Talk about being in the moment, being present and grateful. This is how our son approaches each and every day. It seems like for Nicolas, there are no bad days. He'll say these words at the most random of moments, each time leaving us with a smile on our face. It immediately shifts our outlook, especially when we are preoccupied with day-to-day stuff. This is the essence of Nicolas: a caring, bright, articulate, funny, curious, and outgoing 4-year-old boy who loves cars. He loves trucks, or anything that makes noise, including music. Although he is unable to walk, crawl, roll, or sit independently, he finds great joy in being involved in most activities in whatever way possible. After all, we are raising him with the mantra, it's not if you can do something, rather how you will do it. My son's spirit fills a room, whether it's his fiery ginger hair, his charm, his wit, his body, head, and eyes moving in sync to the beat of the music. Maybe it's the way he smiles and gives you a wink with those sparkling blue eyes. Either way, you might just find yourself under his spell, because he has this incredible energy and it's quite contagious. His connection with his mother is something very special, a bond like I've never witnessed. Maybe it's the fact that no one gives him a toe rub quite like Mama. He is a loving, considerate brother, observing everything his older sister Isabel does. Often, because of his outgoing personality, he will introduce his sister to everybody in the room. Perhaps one of his most attractive attributes is his positive outlook. Through his actions, he displays bravery and inspiration. He doesn't know it, but in everything he does, he reminds us that we need to embrace every moment and be grateful for all that we have. I could talk about Nicolas all evening, but also want to share with you a poignant moment in our journey. A moment that introduced new hope to our little family, the introduction of Canuck Place Children's Hospice. We learned about Canuck Place during a hospital visit shortly after Nicolas was diagnosed, approximately 4 years ago. We'd both heard of Canuck Place, but quite honestly, we really didn't know much about it. It was a quiet drive home that day to Maple Ridge. We were trying to digest what we were just told. What did this mean for Nicolas? And what did this mean for our family? As soon as we got home, Petra got on the computer and we did some research and learned that we were now registered with an organization that specialized in palliative care for children. Petra turned to me and said, "Rolf, they think Nicolas is going to die." Suddenly, the possibility that we might lose Nicolas sank in. Around 1 month later, we booked a tour at Canuck Place, and then a few weeks after, Nicolas turned 1, our first 2-night respite stay. During that first day, we came face to face with reality. Someone else's reality. A little boy who was the same age as Nicolas was there for end-of-life care. With all that we were going through, and to imagine what that family was going through, felt overwhelming. It was too much. We were anxious, and we wanted to go home. We weren't ready to deal with these emotions, this new reality, and didn't know how to allow Canuck Place team to provide us with what we really needed, their support and their guidance. It took us another 1.5 years to set up our next respite stay. We felt ready for Canuck Place and trusted that they were ready for us. They were, and we were embraced by an amazing, caring, supportive group who were simply waiting for us to go through the process in our own way.
We're so grateful for the caring community we found. Outside Canuck Place, it's difficult to participate in activities with other families that don't have children with mobility issues. I often feel like we just don't fit in. Many activities are not designed to accommodate Nicolas's abilities. This is where Canuck Place has such a huge impact on Nicolas and our family. Canuck Place provides us with a safe environment to ensure Nicolas can fully participate in adventures we never thought would be possible. We've gone fishing, ice skating, bowling, and even sailed Falls Creek on a pirate ship. How cool is that for the kids? A few years ago, we attended an afternoon at Cultus Lake Water Park. The recreation therapists arranged volunteers from the Abbotsford Fire Department to carry the kids up the stairs so that we could enjoy the water slides. I would not have felt comfortable carrying Nicolas up all those stairs. Plus, we were able to beat the lineups, which was a nice perk as well. Last summer, we attended an afternoon at a private ranch in Chilliwack. The Canuck Place team arranged for all the children to be able to ride a horse. Initially, we were unsure whether they would let Nicolas ride a horse with me on it. However, upon arriving, they went out of their way to make it happen. Without Canuck Place, these activities wouldn't have been possible for us. Nicolas's medical care can be labor intensive, so being able to come to Canuck Place and have the nurses, doctors, and volunteers step in is a huge weight off our shoulders and gives us a break. This means we can simply focus on savoring the time we spend together, whether as a family or when it's just Rolf and I. This time is a gift. Over time, it has also helped us as parents begin the process of putting our trust in others to provide care for our son. In fact, Canuck Place is the only place we would leave Nicolas overnight without us. As for Nicolas, he's getting better at it too. It's a familiar, loving environment where he can just enjoy himself, even if mom and dad aren't around. When we're there, we are taken care of as a whole family. Everyone knows who we are and greets us as if we are family. It feels like our home away from home, a place to play or rest in a peaceful, tranquil setting. Even when we are not at Canuck Place, we feel connected with them. We have the nurse's desk phone number on our fridge, and they are usually the first phone call we make when we have any questions or concerns about Nicolas's health. For example, Nicolas was recently admitted into BC Children's Hospital with a very nasty virus and bacterial infection. While we were there, we saw the Canuck Place medical director as well as one of the counselors. They went out of their way to check in with us and to make sure we were okay. Talk about taking the extra step to make us feel cared for. Nicolas's daily care requires a team, and Canuck Place is a very important part of that team.
When you give to Canuck Place, you give to families who are dealing with some very difficult challenges. The opportunity to experience something beyond special, families like ours. It's a place that provides medical care not only for the children, but just as importantly, care for the families of these children to ensure the family unit is intact. The overall health of the family can have a huge impact of their child reaching their full potential. It's a place where families can connect with other families and share similar experiences, ultimately making new friends who have so many things in common. Canuck Place has had a huge impact in all areas of our overall health and mental wellness. Quite simply, we don't know what we would do without them. From the minute we leave our driveway, the kids are already planning every minute of the activities, with the volunteers knowing they will have a very special experience. As we arrive, the van doors barely open. Our kids are already eager and excited to get things kicked off. It's almost like they forget that we exist once we're there. As we take the elevator up to the clinical floor for check-in, we are welcomed with open arms and set up in our family suite. Meanwhile, our kids are already off and running with the incredible team that is always ready for them. This works really well for us, and we're just as excited by the opportunity to get some much needed rest. Something that is very rare when you have a child that requires 24/7 care. In closing, words cannot express how grateful we are to be a part of Canuck Place. If you can see the sparkle in Nicolas's eyes and his endless smile he has each and every visit, you would know that you are making an immediate difference in the life of some very incredible, loving children, just like you are for our Nicolas. If I could challenge all of you here to do one thing, it would be to try and find that one special moment shared with loved ones, no matter how small, no matter what day-to-day challenges you may encounter, so that you too can say, today is the best day ever.